Hello everybody, and welcome to another Cup-tacular episode of Noodle Journey, where I'll be reviewing Nissin's Cup Noodles Black Pepper Crab flavor. Now, a few months back, a panicked Reddit user complained that they could no longer find this product in their local Asian grocery store, which I of course took as a challenge. So when I saw this in my Asian grocery store for $1.99 while I was picking up some other stuff, I thought, why not? Let's just review it right now. There doesn't currently appear to be a shortage of this variety in my area, although I understand that sometimes the varieties and the cases for this product line rotate out, so who knows what the future holds. You will likely find this at your local Asian grocery store like I did, and if not, Yummy Buy carries this for $1.99 along with other sites. Now, this particular product is one of the cup noodles that Nissin makes in Hong Kong, along with other flavors like tom yum, curry seafood, and five-spice beef. Far more interesting flavors, at least to me, than what the American Nissin Cup Noodles factory puts out. And black pepper crab, I have learned, is a Singaporean staple in which you actually fry whole crabs, shell and all, with black pepper and other aromatics, which sounds delightful to me. So this being a Cup Noodles product, you know the noodles aren't going to be the best, but the flavor is likely going to be an homage to that dish. I really love the seafood cup noodle that I reviewed back in episode 11, so this could be great if it's that same quality. Now, despite this being on the small end of the cup noodles packages, this does have a whopping 1,830 milligrams of sodium in it, so watch out if that bothers you. Now, I'm going to peel back the lid and peek inside, but I can tell you from the ingredients that this is not an artificial seafood flavor. As you can see, there's some imitation crab meat in here, made from pollock. There's also dried fish sauce, and all kinds of dried seafood extract like scallops and shrimp. The dehydrated vegetables are carrot, green onion, and corn. At this point, I feel like I've ranted about it enough, but I'll just ask, does anyone actually like corn in their noodles? Please leave me some comments, because I have to wonder if anyone is ever like, yay, corn, when they open one of these. Anyway, cooking time. This is not microwave safe, so you do need to steep these noodles. So pull back the lid to the dotted line, which I already did. And we're going to add some boiling water to the fill line, close the lid, and let it sit for 3 minutes before stirring and eating. So I'm going to go do that, and I will be right back. Okay, and here it is. I'm just going to give it a quick stir while I talk about the smell. I know it doesn't look like much, but the smell coming off of this is really, really great. Nice and crabby. Funny enough, because I think the broth might be more soy sauce based than, say, seafood based, it's got a less fishy smell than its cup noodle seafood counterpart. So enough talking about the smell, I really want to try this. Let me dig in here. Alright, so first off, the noodles. Nissin's cup noodles are always a 5 out of 10 for me, and I see no need to change that score. They're thin, flat, just an okay texture, and you know exactly what you're getting with them. They're here to get the good stuff in this cup into your mouth, and nothing more, in my opinion. So 5 out of 10 yet again. And now the spice level. Do you consider black pepper to be spicy? I think it counts just a little bit. There's also some little dried chili bits that I think I saw floating in here that I didn't really get a taste of. They're not super spicy to my palate, but I guess on a wrong day, this whole thing could surprise you a little bit. But if your taste buds can handle a copious amount of black pepper, I don't think this needs a spiciness rating any higher than a 1.5 out of 10. And so let's talk about the flavor of this. Dynamite. Absolutely dynamite. I love it. First and foremost, the broth is reasonably thick for a cup noodle product. The black pepper flavor and the sodium are also very potent, but very complementary with the rest of the ingredients. So you've got the sweetness from the artificial crab meat and the corn balancing out the bitter pepperiness. There's some solid onion flavor, plenty of umami from soy sauce and seafood extract, and the chunks of imitation crab meat And yes, you're not going to believe I'm saying this, but the corn do provide a nice textural contrast to the standard cup noodles. I'm going to admit it, I actually really like the corn in this. I like the way it works with the black pepper flavor in the broth. There's also something a little herby in here, maybe basil, that's giving it a little more depth. I took quite a few bites of this at the very beginning that I'm going to have to edit out. But I feel like every bite I took was a new flavor surprise, and I can see why that panicked Redditor was worried that this was out of stock at their store, because this is absolutely my favorite cup noodle so far. Awesome flavor out of this. If it wasn't for Nissin's typical kind of blah noodles, I might say this is a 10 out of 10. So I think because of the noodle quality, I'm going to have to settle on a 9 out of 10 as an overall score. Still absolutely no slouch. Really delicious. So if you like black pepper and seafood and don't mind the texture of the noodles here, please seek this out and I think you'll be happy with it. I mean, hell, this was so good that it even got me to like the corn in it. And that's a pretty rare feat. As far as the other Nissin Hong Kong cups go, I'll definitely be grabbing some of the others to review now that I know this one is so good. Although this one is going to be hard to beat for my favorite of the product line, let me just say. That's all for this episode. If you do give this a try or have a place in your heart already reserved for it, please let me know in the comments. Or if you've tried any of the other Hong Kong cup noodles and can make some recommendations, that would be cool too. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you can continue on this noodle journey with me.